Hello everybody, this is Meg at Chasing Retro. I have a book haul to share today. Two different eBay purchases from two different sellers. One I've had for a little bit and I don't think I've shown you guys yet, and the other one I just recently bought last week. And then at the end I'll give an update on the spring and Easter journals. So the first purchase that I made was a set of I think this was all in one set. It was just a lot of little golden books, and they were in acceptable condition, which means much loved. And so they were a really great price, and the shipping was low, so I decided to go ahead and get all of them. Even though I think there's some in here that I already have, they will make great junk journals that I can give away or sell. So let's go through them real quick if you guys enjoy looking at little golden books. Richard Scarry's Chipmunks, ABC. I am a sucker for anything Richard Scarry, as a lot of you know, and I'm sure a lot of you also share that sentiment. But this one is the 5th printing of 1972, but the illustrations are from 63. I guess that's when he originally did the drawings. So these aren't the Richard Scarry animals that my kids grew up with. The ones in their books that they loved were, I think, maybe mid to late 70s through early 80s. But still, nevertheless, they are charming and adorable. I love this one with all the flowers in the background, the Black-eyed Susans. So, yeah, no barcode because it was the 70s, so... This one is really old. I say really old. It's probably from the 50s or 60s. 25 cents. You can kind of tell by the price and also the way the inside and the back looks. Let's look at this. Isn't that a fun font? I just love that. This one is 1955, originally 46. Beautiful colors. I am going to do a series of boat journals at some point. I've said that since I started junk journaling. It hasn't happened yet, but I will be using that as one of the covers. This is a newer one, The Tale of Peter Rabbit, and it was a United Way book, 1993. But first Random House edition, 2002. So I probably will not do another Peter Rabbit journal. So the ones like this, I hold on to for glue books, if I make glue books in the future, which I really want to, or just eclectic journals that someone likes the cover to be a little golden book. This one is so adorable. Someone ripped the corner off, so there's no price. It's an older one too. 1956, but reprinted in 68. I like the way these are drawn. They're just a little bit different. See how Tigger looks a little different than he looks in the movie even? And then this one is so cute. Lucky Puppy. I guess inspired by 101 Dalmatians. 72. I think most of the ones I got here in this lot were 70s and 80s. There's a few 90s in here. This one was quite a surprise. I didn't realize this was in the lot when I bought it. So this is hailing from my childhood. My best friend and I were huge Cabbage Patch fans. We had Cabbage Patch birthday parties once a year at least. Every summer we would have a huge birthday party for our Cabbage Patch kids with the cake and everything. Animal Daddies and My Daddy. I thought this was really cute. Look at the giraffe. This is just so cute. All kinds of kids with their dads. The rabbit is next. My kids and their friends and I were having quite a little laugh at this one. This one the title, if you don't know what context it is, it could be a little bit alarming or a little bit scary. But it's just talking about waiting to see the vet. But the way it was worded, we had a chuckle over that. The store-bought doll. I've seen this one before. I don't think I had it as a child. 1983. Maybe I should read this one because it looks fun. Looks like turn of the century based on her clothes. Yep, got an old car. This one's old. You can also tell by the spine, and the back of it is like faux gold. It's more of a brown, the big brown bear. And it's got the Tenggren guy who illustrates. And honestly, these older books sometimes have more pages. There are a lot of pages in here. Less words though. There's not words on every page like they are now. This one was interesting. I don't think I've ever seen this one. Wyatt Earp. Another 25-cent one. 58. Someone wrote and then erased. First book I had of Wyatt Earp. I guess someone was a big Wyatt Earp fan. Lots of browns and greens in this one. Don't see this one becoming a junk journal unless I just decide to do one about the Wild West. That's not really my passion, but you never know. This honestly was one of the reasons why I got this set. I wanted the old Bambi, and it's very scuffed. That's okay though, and it has one of the red spines with Mickey on it. Jimmy and Johnny. I guess they're brothers. 1948. I'm assuming that's when this printing is. And every other page is full color, which saved on printing back then, but it kind of works for a Bambi journal. Smokey the Bear. Look how precious he is. He kind of grew up over the years, didn't he? He looks so cute in this one, like a little baby Smokey. We're having wildfires in my state right now, so this one is a little bit, hits close to home. One of our state parks that we do hiking in is currently in flames, so that's not good. Peter Pan and Wendy. I love this version. I love the pink. And I hope to make a Peter Pan journal at some point. I think that would be so fun. There's so many different themes you could sort of include in a Peter Pan journal because their adventure is so multifaceted. And then it's got this ad in the back, which you don't always get, but it's very interesting. I actually have these books. That's funny. It's advertising the little 4-volume set. Good little ephemera there. This one looks 80s. Mickey and the Beanstalk. 88. But it might be a further one because it's got the letter M at the end of the line. Soft colors though, very nice. This would be another great eclectic or glue book, or just Disney, you know, a journal for theme park. This one too. If I were to ever make some more Disney journals for use in a theme park as a souvenir or a memory keeping journal, that'd be kind of cool. And last but not least, I think I've seen other people haul this one. Dogs. Very basic, very simple. I love it. It's just clean, just beautiful like it is. And the title is far enough over that if you were to put a little bit of a wider fabric here, it would not mess it up, which doesn't always happen. Beautiful pictures in here also. These are the more brittle pages, so see they're already ripping right here. The paper sort of gets brown and rips very easily when they're this age. 1952. All right, that was the first lot. Here is the lot that I got last week. I've got some little Goldens, and I also have some Telltale. We'll start with those. I hadn't restocked my Telltales in a while, and I have been slowly, you know, over time making journals out of them. I didn't have nearly as many of these as I had of the little Goldens. Little Red Riding Hood. I think I had the Gingerbread Man story that looked very similar to this in a Telltale growing up. Same illustrator, because I remember the trees looking like that. Mary Lou Detmer. But I love it. I love the way the flowers are drawn. They're so simple, but so cute. Did somebody draw on that page? No, that's her glasses. Just a plain red interior. Let's see if it has a date. 49 cents. 1971. Sherlock Hemlock. Okay, so a lot of you guys know that I've been talking about making Sesame Street journals. That will be a slow process of gathering ephemera, because you can find modern Sesame Street ephemera everywhere, but if you want the vintage stuff, it's gonna take some time and probably a little bit more of an investment. So I really want them to be 70s and 80s as much as I can. So I'm willing to wait until I have adequate ephemera to put in it. And I know Erin sent me some vintage Sesame Street items in her Happy Meal recently. Thank you, Erin. So I am, thanks to that, I am on the way and have started a folder of things. I think I started a folder. If not, I need to today, of things to go in these journals. But the Tweedlebugs, I remember them very well. I don't even think they're on the show anymore. 1972. So there's Harry. You know, I thought, let's see how it's spelled here. Doesn't even say. That's Harry though, but I was looking at a book recently, and Harry is spelled with an H-E. I always thought it was H-A. So that kind of, like, you know, earthquaked my childhood a little bit, because I had been picturing his name as like the, you know, just a man's name, Harry. But I would have never guessed H-E-R-R-Y. I thought that was interesting. A lot of these general merchandise stickers on here, and I don't know if I'll be able to get that off cleanly or not. 1972, Cinderella. I would like to make princess journals, not necessarily Disney princess, but just general royal princess themed. So I'll be using some covers like that. Another Sesame Street. This one is amazing. I love this one. He's got his little guitar case. Prairie Dawn was giving him directions. He's brushing his teeth on the subway. This is just so cute. Look at Cookie Monster with the bow tie. And there's Harry again, H-E-R-R-Y. All right, This Room Is Mine, a story about sharing. This one has the corner bitten off, but you know, this is what we would cut off to make a new spine anyway. This one has a little bit of coloring. But I love the way these, I mean, it's like a very detailed black ink and then colored in. I love that. It's very unique. You normally don't see pictures like this in children's books. See the detail in the hair? Mama's painting something. She's got a palette in her hand. The Christmas tree is black and white. That's interesting. Very interesting. Very quirky. I love it. The Elves and the Shoemaker. This would just make a fun eclectic journal. I like to see a book about the five senses. Isn't that cute? Oh, beautiful pictures. Look at this. This is amazing. Vintage Retail. This one will go in my Christmas stash. It's in the attic right now, but it's nice to have another Christmas volume as a cover, and this one's smaller, and I like that. Look at the little mouse with the little stocking. Don't forget me. And Mickey Mouse and the World's Friendliest Monster. It's Loch Ness Goofy. This one made me laugh out loud when I saw it. Oh, that's not Goofy, that's Pluto. Sorry. That's really funny. All right, the little Goldens that I purchased are this one, which is a childhood favorite of mine, and I only had one copy, so I've been hoarding it, but now I have two. So I can make one for myself and give one to, make one to sell. This made me kind of laugh out loud. It was a birthday present, evidently. A kid named Butch received it from a kid named Mike. I thought that was an interesting choice. Maybe this mom was needing a last minute gift and this is the only one on the shelf. She hastily scratched out the price and gave it to her son to give to her friend, his friend. That was probably an awkward situation, but you know, there are some, there's a boy in here, okay, so it's not completely girly. Heidi, this will go in my stack of books that I can use as Heidi covers. I think I'm up to like 5 or 6 now. I don't know that I have enough ephemera to go in that many journals, but if not, I'll hold on to one for maybe another round. I can see myself doing 2 rounds of Heidi just because I think it's such a well-loved story. Boy with a Drum. This one is heavily water damaged, which is why the listing said acceptable, but that's okay. Even if we don't use the cover, because I mean, it's really soggy. I can still use the images inside as cards and tags. The Giant Who Wanted Company. This was interesting. It looks very 70s, 79. Kind of interesting and quirky, a little bit freaky, but and we have that ad again in the back. Love Eloise Wilkins, of course, and I don't really find her books that often. I think there's 2 in this lot. This is the one about, I've read this one to my children all the time. This one is underlined, but that's okay. My child was probably learning to read. Again, I can use most of the pages in here, and the rest of them can be sourced for images. Tootle, the little train story. And this guy, I don't know how to say that, but I like his illustrations as well. 1979. And I love the pictures in here. There's a lot of words in here compared to, there's more words than pictures, I feel like, in this story. Another Eloise Wilkins, Where Did the Baby Go? I have not read this. I don't know why it's titled that, so I'll have to read it, but it's precious. It's very Holly Hobbie-esque. That return to colonialism that happened in the late 70s, early 80s in home decor and clothing. Scuffy the Tugboat, same one that is earlier, probably the same year. It was received Christmas 1979. Yep, 78 was the printing. The Little Red Caboose, adorable. That first page is quite wrinkled, but. And then we have a set of 6 Sesame Street books. This one, it looks like his eyes have been colored in with crayon. I'm not sure. May can use that magic eraser on that. This one has little kids' stains and fingerprints in it, but that's fine. Oh, somebody did color this in. Still very cute, very usable. Lots going on in these pictures. Sesame Street, the Together book. I love this one. I love the way I love the way the characters are drawn in here. This is right in the era of where I want to, my 1981, where I want my Sesame Street books to feel like they're from. Also, I love the little stamp. That's very 80s. So yeah, I love these pictures. Love them. I love the black and white with the color pops. I don't know who that little purple Muppet is. I don't recall that one. Oscar's book. Honestly, Oscar's one of my favorites. I love Oscar and Kermit. And I have trouble passing Oscar up when I see him. I guess I like him because I like Donald Duck. He's just a little bit grouchy. And I don't know, I think that makes them more lovable. Your eyes are closed, you can't see me, and that's how I like it. Grover's Own Alphabet. This is also really cute and hilarious. You can't look at these books without smiling. It's impossible. 1978. Contortionist Grover. Oh my goodness, this is funny. It's just so cute, guys. This one I think we all had growing up, or our kids had. Oh my goodness, I love this story so much. My mom used to read this to me and yell and pant and get out of breath and try to hold the pages down, and I would try to turn them while she read it. It's so funny. And last, The Many Faces of Ernie. This is adorable as well. This says 1979, but it has a J, so I'm not really sure what that means. Bert's eyebrows when he's mad, they always make me laugh. That's scary. I don't remember his name, but I do remember him. Okay, so that was my haul. Let me know what your favorite book was, or maybe there was a book in there that you had never seen before. I know there were a couple like that for me. Now let me give you an update of the spring and Easter journals. I know all of them have been reserved. If someone decides that they would like to back out of the reservation, they can let me know, and I have a couple of people waiting in line. But they are coming along slowly, but that is a good thing, because I feel like these are going to be, I have been working so hard to make these unique and one of a kind. I'm really enjoying working with the Easter and spring ephemera. I'm really enjoying taking my time and going through every single page and making sure the pockets and tuck spots that I add are where I think they would be best suited. I'm also trying something different with these. I have left them not sewn as I put pockets and all of that stuff in it. I haven't put the tags and all that yet. That will be at the end after it's sewn together. But normally, as soon as I get the pages in and these guys sewn onto the edges, I go ahead and sew them in. I decided not to do that this time, and honestly, I'm thinking I might do this from now on. Here's why. I have found sometimes as I go back through journals and go page to page to see where a pocket or whatever might be needed, or a trim or a flip out or something like that, I am finding that I am second guessing some of my page placement. I might realize that two pages are next to each other that I don't think look great together, or maybe there's been several instances with these where I have realized that I had 3 pages almost exactly the same size stuck together, and I really like to vary the width. I like to vary the height. I like to vary the thickness, and some of that was not, when I first put the pages in order, I didn't do that extremely well. If it was already sewn together, there would be nothing I can do about it, but I'm able to rearrange and make things work better. Another thing that I have enjoyed about this process, not sewn together, is it's often hard to glue down, especially on a signature that's very thick. It's hard to glue down pockets without literally having to compress the whole thing, and I feel like that stresses the spine. So when I glue a pocket down, I take the whole thing out and I move the book and I lay this down on a flat surface, and I have a completely flat page. And I feel like it's adhering better, especially on this edge closest to the spine. I feel like there was some lift in my other journals sometimes, and I have to go back through and re-glue them. I don't think I'm going to have that problem with these. So the main thing that I wanted to make sure I did was keep the signatures and the story pages in order, but I've numbered them, and I'll erase those numbers at the end. So if ever I get to where I'm like, oh, I don't remember which signature this is, I can just look at the page numbers in the story. But this one is the one that has a lot of yellows, greens, and blues, and beautiful little trims sticking out here, some tabs. All of the tuck spots and pockets are in these now. Now what I'm waiting on is, as soon as I get through doing that in all of them, I will sew them together, and then I'll start putting ephemera in. All of the ephemera is currently splayed across my dining room table. We have had to eat at our island the past 3 nights, but that's the best way I can think of in my limited space to lay everything out to make sure I don't forget anything. As I find new ephemera or create more ephemera out of book pages, I just lay them on the table in the pile that goes with the book that they'll be going into, and it's really helping me keep it all straight. So, and I've already punched the hole for the tassel. I don't think anybody asked for a closure that was eyeleted in. So all of them will have some sort of tie around closure, to be determined whether or not I do a snippet strip or a snippet roll. You know what I'm talking about. Or if I just do some sort of a wide ribbon. I have some beautiful light blue satin polka dot ribbon that I think would look beautiful on this one, but we'll see. That's usually the very last decision that I make. Here is the one for Lou. This is the one that we're swapping. She has finished mine. I'm going to link her flip through video of the one she's sending me below. Please watch it. I'm so giddy. I love it so much. Lou has done a fantastic job, and I cannot wait to receive it and start writing my Easter memories in it. But this one has been a joy to work on. I'm going to add some trim, I think, to each of these. Maybe some rickrack or floral trim. Not sure what yet. But this one has just been a joy to work on. This one has all different colors. I stuck with the colors in the story, and then I branched out a little from there. So I don't want to spoil anything yet. I'll wait for the flip through to show you more, but I will show you the edges. I've got some strawberry flannel fabric tab here and some lime green floral ribbon, purple lace. This green came from a vintage kitchen curtain. We have a little tab with bunnies. Actually, this looks, no, it's not upside down. This guy's upside down, but I think the fabric was like that. And then I made some grosgrain ribbon into ruffles for this one. This one is also reserved. This one is the book. I guess you guys told me it was rare because some of you had never seen it. I found this at an antique store, The Enchanted Egg, and it is very layered with those beautiful aquas, pinks, blues, and purples. We have a fabric tab and a little pink tab, some lace. I sewed a ticket as a tab on the edge of all 3 of these, I think. And then the other 2, the floral spring ones that don't have Easter per se inside of them, they're coming along. They have all of the trims attached now, but I have not yet put in the pockets and the tuck spots. That's what I'm doing today. But there are lots of pinks and blues in this one. Gorgeous. And then this one has corals, yellows, and sage green peeking out the edge, including this fun tatted country trim that I received recently from a Facebook Marketplace haul. So I wanted to give you guys an update on those. If you have reserved one of these, I promise I'm working diligently on them. I just want to make sure that they are super special. I kind of talked them up kind of big because I wanted to really embellish these and make them super fun and chock full of wonderful goodies. So I want to make good on that promise, and I'm taking my time. At the same time, I know that you guys are excited about them and want them. So hopefully this week they will be completed and I can do a flip through and list them for the reserved customers in my shop. So I hope you guys enjoy your day. It's raining here today. I have to run some errands, including I have to make a stop by Hobby Lobby because I am almost out of, you guessed it, Fabri-Tac. Can't live without it. And then back here to finish working on these wonderful journals. But thank you for watching today. I hope you guys enjoyed your weekends. I'll see you next time.